This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. The President says that the government has paid strict attention to control the second coronavirus wave. The Supreme Court dismisses 11 fundamental rights petitions on the cremation of the bodies of corona-infected persons. The GCE O-level examination postponed. Schools in the Eastern Province will be closed from tomorrow to Friday. In foreign news, COVID-19 lung damage identified in a study. In sports, the 7th match of the Lanka Premier League between Dambulla King and Colombo Kings is underway in Hambantota. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that the government paid strict attention during the past 6 weeks to control the second wave of the coronavirus in the country. The President said that the knowledge about the virus is more at present than in the earlier stages. Therefore, he said that there is more opportunity to achieve economic targets by controlling the virus. The President was addressing the Sri Lanka Economic Summit 2020 today. The President pointed out that the new normal situation has given positive results and the opportunity has been given to get used to the new activities. Employees working from home are one such opportunity. The President said that although state institutions show some drawback, prominence will be given to change the situation. The President pointed out establishing a separate Ministry of Technology is one important step of the entire operation of digitalization. President Rajapaksa emphasized that Sri Lanka has always repaid debt payments on time, and it will continue to do so. The government has paid attention on problems that discourage investors. It is important to draw plans to rebuild the tourism industry. However, the present situation has had a positive impact on certain sectors. The President said the export revenue is at a satisfactory level. The government performs its duties enabling to use full capacity of the private sector. The budget has been presented to achieve those objectives. Accordingly, agriculture, fisheries and animal production have been released from taxes for the next 5 years. Under the present situation, new opportunities have arisen in distance education methods. The President said that the cess tax imposed selectively helps new local industries. 11 fundamental rights petitions filed requesting an order to nullify the Gazette notification on the cremation of bodies of corona-infected persons were dismissed today with the agreement of a majority of the justices. The petitions were considered yesterday and today before a 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court consisting of Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya, Justices Mrudu Fernando and Preeti Padmansurasena. The petitioners had said that cremation of Muslims infected by the coronavirus is against their cultural practices. Therefore, they requested for a declaration to nullify the Gazette notification issued by the Director General of Health Services to cremate the bodies of corona-infected persons. Minister Professor G.L. Pires says that the GCE O-level examination will not be held in January. He mentioned this while taking part in the committee stage budget debate in Parliament today. He said that students will be informed 6 weeks before the date of the examination. Students' arrival at schools is at 50% at present. The schools in risky areas have not been opened. Opening of schools in other areas took place according to the decisions of principals and school committees. Therefore, the minister pointed out that it is unfair by the students to conduct the examination in January. He said that there is a shortage of teachers for mathematics, science and English. The minister said that as a solution, steps will be taken to recruit diploma holders of colleges of education to their respective areas. Taking part in the debate, State Minister Dr. Sita Arambepola said that the budget has encouraged those who cannot follow higher education to take into vocational education. She said that bio and nanotechnology parks will be launched. MP Akila Ellawala appreciated the setting up of sports schools. He said that steps have been taken to establish a digital Sri Lanka and commended the beginning of the program from Ratnapura. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, protecting you who drives our nation forward.
Schools in the Eastern Province will be closed from tomorrow to Friday due to the inclement weather conditions in the province. The Eastern Province Governor Anuradha Yahampath gave instructions in this connection to the provincial education officials this morning. The Met Department has warned that the cyclonic storm is entering the eastern sea coast. The decision has been taken to close schools since they may have to be used as displacement camps for the storm-affected people. The work on the fifth phase of the Jayabahalum terminal of the Sri Lanka Ports Authority commenced today. The work began under the patronage of Minister Rohitha Abegunawardena. A group of people including State Minister Jayantha Samaraweera were present on the occasion. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga says that the Ratmalana International Airport will be developed under 5 main categories. The minister said that preliminary plans have been made to implement the development program. He said that the government hopes to develop it as a hub for internal airline and leisure services. The minister said that the government has paid its attention on launching new destinations by identifying attractive places for tourism. The government also hopes to develop the Ratmalana Airport as a regional training centre. The airport will be developed as a regional international airport connecting India and the Maldives. The final date to accept applications to recruit trainees for supplementary and paramedical services has been extended up to the 21st of this month. The Ministry of Health has decided to recruit 1,000 trainees for 12 posts in the supplementary and paramedical services. Applications can be submitted online through the health.gov.lk official website of the Health Ministry. The Deputy Secretary-General of Parliament and Chief of Staff Neil Iddawala has left the service. He will take oaths this evening as a judge of the appeal court. While leaving service of 17 years in Parliament, he thanked everyone who supported him to maintain his duties successfully. The government has planned a project named Mihindu Sevana for the parents of novice monks who are without houses. A discussion in this regard took place today at the State Ministry of Rural Housing and Construction. Venerable Professor Induragare Dhammaratana Thero represented the coordinating committee of the project at the discussion. It is based on the Vistas of Prosperity manifesto of the President. The project is implemented on the instructions of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. It is a concept of State Minister Indika Anuruddha. The project will commence next year. A financial assistance of 600,000 rupees will be given to construct each house. Applications can be submitted through the Divisional Secretariat. The Ratana Sutra chanting organised by the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation takes place this evening from the Kuruvita Higaskahena Junction near the Ratnapura Kuruvita Sri Abhinavarama Temple. The Ratana Sutra chanting will be held under the guidance of the chief monk of the temple, Venerable Henipula Sumanajoti Thero. It will be broadcast at 6:30 p.m. over the SLBC's Sinhala commercial service, the City FM and regional services.
Every morning, my drive is not just to work. I'm driving my nation's progress.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, an exclusive motor insurance designed for you. Up to 75,000 rupees worth instant claim settlements within 3 working hours. Call and move facility, 24/7 roadside assistance, and accommodation cost reimbursements at an accident. Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, protecting you who drives our nation forward.
Only from Sri Lanka Insurance.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The total number of COVID-19 recoveries reported in Sri Lanka went up again as 257 patients were discharged from hospitals today. According to the Epidemiology Unit's data, the recoveries now stand at 17,817. Sri Lanka has 23,987 positive cases of COVID-19 infections to date, and 118 of them have died due to the virus. Meanwhile, 6,052 active cases are still receiving treatment.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, the University Grants Commission intends to provide computers to all the students that enter the universities this year. The UGC chairman, Professor Sampath Amaratunga, said that the People's Bank has agreed to provide a loan to every student to purchase a computer, and only the interest on that amount will have to be paid monthly during their university education. That came to you in Watchlight, and now in World News headlines. COVID-19 lung damage identified in a study. Australian scientists map millions of galaxies with new telescope. Beijing escalates tit-for-tat with Washington. Researchers suggest COVID-19 could be causing lung abnormalities still detectable more than 3 months after patients are infected. A study of 10 patients at Oxford University used a new scanning technique to identify damage not picked up by conventional scans. It uses a gas called xenon during MRI scans to create images of lung damage. Lung experts said a test that could spot long-term damage would make a huge difference to COVID-19 patients. Australian scientists say they have mapped 1 million new galaxies using an advanced telescope in the desert. The CSIRO, the National Science Agency, said its new telescope had created a new atlas of the universe in record time, showing unprecedented detail. It has mapped 3 million galaxies in total, with pictures revealing twice the level of detail of previous surveys. Astronomers hope the images will lead to new discoveries about the universe. China has introduced tough new laws which restrict the export of controlled items. The rules primarily focus on the export of military technology and other products that might harm China's national security. The export controls are widely believed to be in response to similar actions by the US. TikTok, Huawei, and Tencent are among the casualties of Washington's Chinese tech crackdown. And now the main points of the World News segment once again. COVID-19 lung damage identified in a study. Australian scientists map millions of galaxies with new telescope. Beijing escalates tit-for-tat with Washington. That was World News, and now in development news, the Cabinet of Ministers has granted approval for several proposals on sports in the country. These proposals involve increasing the number of sports schools, the development of infrastructure at the sports schools, as well as increasing the nutrition allowances and other allowances. Measures were taken to inaugurate sports schools in all the districts covering each district of the island. A program has been planned collectively by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Sports in order to implement the concept more productively. That was development news, and now in sports news, the 7th match of the Lanka Premier League between Dambulla King and Colombo Kings is underway in Hambantota. Dambulla Kings scored 175 for 9 wickets in 20 overs. Dasun Shanaka scored 56 with 4 sixes and 6 boundaries. Colombo Kings was 63 for 5 wickets a short while ago. The 8th match of the Lanka Premier League will be played between Jaffna Stallions and Kandy Tuskers in Hambantota. The match will begin at 8 p.m. tonight. Meanwhile, the 3rd T20 International of the England Tour of South Africa will be played in Cape Town today. The match is scheduled to begin at 9:30 p.m. tonight. Colombo's largest sports store, Decathlon, is now open at Union Place, Colombo. The new branch offers an extensive array of high-quality products spread across 5,000 square meters. Decathlon offers a unique sports store concept that showcases 5,000-plus products catering to 50-plus sports under one roof with personalized customer services. The store caters to all levels of sports enthusiasts. It is open for business 365 days a year from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Decathlon is expanding its use of digital-driven solutions to ensure a seamless shopping experience via www.decathlon.lk.
Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. NSB Wings. Reach out the high goals.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Coco Bay Boutique Hotel in Unawatuna has been awarded the Safe and Secure certification by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. Coco Bay Boutique is located at Rumasala Road, Unawatuna. The certificate is issued to hotels that have introduced and maintained the highest level of COVID-19 protocols as specified by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority and the health authorities.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news. Courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down. Everything is sorted. Why? I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has issued amendments to the circular on the debt moratorium for COVID-19 affected businesses and individuals. Accordingly, the CBSL announced that the deadline for the submission of requests by eligible borrowers to avail the concession has been extended until the 10th of December. The Central Bank said non-bank financial institutions are required to finalize a decision and communicate the decision in writing to the applicant within 45 days of submitting the request.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says a deep depression is expected to intensify further into a cyclonic storm and is very likely to cross Sri Lanka. The depression area in the southeast Bay of Bengal has concentrated into a deep depression and lay centered 500 kilometers southeast to Trincomalee today. The system is very likely to move west-northwestwards and cross the eastern coast of Sri Lanka between Batticaloa and Point Pedro tomorrow. Intermittent showers and thundershowers will occur in the eastern, northern, north-central, northwestern and the central and Sabaragamuwa provinces. Very heavy rainfall above 200 millimeters and heavy rainfall above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places. Very strong gusty winds up to 90 kilometers per hour can be expected in the northern, north-central, eastern, northwestern, western, central and Sabaragamuwa provinces. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The President says that the government has paid strict attention to control the second coronavirus wave. The Supreme Court dismisses 11 fundamental rights petitions on the cremation of the bodies of corona-infected persons. The GCE O-level examination postponed. Schools in the eastern province will be closed from tomorrow to Friday. In foreign news, COVID-19 lung damage identified in a study. In sports news, the 7th match of the Lanka Premier League between Dambulla Viking and Colombo Kings is underway in Hambantota. That concludes this news broadcast. Now it's back to Prashant De Silva on the other side. Over to you, Prashant.